this is Sandra Hart from Life Over 60 with Sandra. Today I want to talk about cruising. My husband and I are cruisers. We've done several world cruises. We've done weekend cruises, 14-day cruises. And I can remember the first cruise that I ever took. I have motion sickness. I can't even go on a Ferris wheel without really getting sick. But I forgot all about that when I first took our first cruise. And I was up on the top deck by the swimming pool on the Cunard Countess, reading and just enjoying my day with a big hat covering my face so I wouldn't sit in the sun. And I got violently ill. I got so seasick. It was the motion of the boat while I was reading that really did me in. So I went down to my cabin, called the doctor, and he gave me something, probably Dramamine or something, to cure me of my seasickness. But I learned my lesson. So from then on, I don't take Dramamine, but I do take something called, I buy at my local pharmacy. They're called C-bands, and they're just expandable bands that you put on your wrist. They're stretchable, they're gray. They have a little white button that you put on your pressure points by your veins underneath your wrist, and they really work. In spite of all the cruises that we've taken, I've never ever gotten seasick again. But I always wear those bands because I'm afraid of winding up like I did before. The first world cruise that we took, I took a suitcase so big because everything on the Cunard ships are formal. This suitcase was so big I could have slept in it. I took gowns, I took something for all of the formal nights, and it was just ridiculous. So I had this huge, huge suitcase and all these gowns, and when I got on the ship, sure, there were some ladies who had gowns, but most of the women wore separates, formal separates. And finally a light bulb went off in my head, and I thought, oh my gosh, right, you can take a couple of beautiful skirts, long skirts, tops that you can mix with them, scarves, different jewelry, and you have different looks for all the formal nights on the ship. So basically today I'm going to talk about how you can go on a cruise with a lot of formal nights without lugging huge suitcases that you could basically make a bed in. So let's get going, and I'm going to show you. The light is pretty bright here, so I hope it doesn't obliterate me, by coming in behind me. But I'm going to show you just how I pack for a formal cruise, and I take a medium-sized suitcase, no more big ones for me. So basically what I do, and the biggest secret that I have to tell you, is that I roll everything. Now I have a couple of suitcases here that are not great big ones because I have the great big ones and the bigger ones in storage, the normal size one in storage. But I'm going to show you our family, because my husband was celebrating a milestone birthday. We took an Atlantic crossing on the Queen Mary 2 this winter, just before the holidays. And believe it or not, it's 14 days and nights with formal nights. But absolutely, this is the suitcase that I took for 14 days. And I had plenty of clothes to last me the whole trip. And even though we were going into a winter area where I had to wear a coat, I wore my coat, going to the ship. But I was warm enough when we got off to go to Stonehenge, the colder areas. But I had enough in this little tiny suitcase. And my children bought the big suitcases because I never told them how to pack. Shame on me. Anyway, I'm going to take some clothes, some tops. What I do is I wear separates on the formal nights. Instead of taking a bunch of gowns, I always take separates. Beautiful tops, 2 or 3 bottom skirts, black basic, and other things to go with your tops. So you don't have to be dragging a huge suitcase full of formal clothes. Now this is a beaded jacket and it's pretty heavy. But what I do, I just take it, I fold it over like this, and then I roll it. And if you have tissue paper, you can even wrap it in tissue paper. So I roll it nice and neat so that it's a compact little bundle, and I put it in my suitcase. Now I will take a bigger suitcase than the one I have here. Let me move this. Than the one I have here because, as I said, I have them in storage. All right, here is another beaded top that is quite heavy, but I just take it and I roll it. It's so simple. I just take it like this. I can even turn it inside out, which is kind of good because you don't want the beads to get disturbed. I take it like this. I fold it over so the nice silky inside is exposed, and then I roll it tightly, but the sequins won't be hurt by this. But see how tiny that little package is? So that's my process. Here's another beaded jacket, and I would do the same thing with this one. I would take it, turn it inside out, and then roll it tightly. So if you find that you can roll all of your clothes, you'll have room for things like this. Always take some good walking shoes, because when you get off the ship, usually the tours have lots of walking. So be sure, if nothing else, you pack some really good walking shoes when you have your dress shoes. But I always carry just one pair of fancy heels to wear black, to wear with all of my outfits. And I just take an ordinary bag from the grocery store, and I put my shoes in the ordinary bag. If you want to be more fancy, you can, buy bigger bags, for big freezer bags if you want to. But I just use these because then I toss them out. And I just put these in the suitcase. All of my cosmetics I put in my small cosmetic bags like this, and I separate them. I have one that has everything has to do with my eyes. The other one has everything to do with my lipstick and blush and all of the things. And then I have one that I have my toothbrush, my toothpaste, and all the things that I will need to keep in the bathroom in our cabin. Your daily, your deodorant, and all of your shower supplies that you want to have. So this is a great thing to have. I use these small bags, but if you want to, you can get the kind of bag that hangs on the wall or hangs on the door of your cabin, and you can keep all of your supplies in that if you like. But I find that these small bags are better for me because I only have to have one small bag in the bathroom with my toothpaste, toothbrush, and my toiletries that I use, and all of my skincare products, because I use that every day. So that's what I do. But after you have gone through all of your outfits and your separates, and if you feel like you just don't have enough, be sure that if you do choose to take a long gown, to be sure that it's a jersey knit of some kind, because they are so much easier to roll up. They don't take up that much space, and they're much easier to roll up into your suitcase. So you can take longer dresses, but just be sure that they are the type that you can roll and hang up and let the wrinkles fall out. To roll your clothes, if you want to roll them and have tissue paper and roll the tissue paper in them, but you can get twice as many outfits and clothes in your suitcase if you roll your clothes. It keeps them neat. When you take them out, you just put them on a hanger, and if there are any type of wrinkles, then you let them go out. But what I do is I try to take clothes with me that are wrinkle resistant, so that when you take your long skirts out, the wrinkles will just fall away. Don't take anything that needs ironing because it's a pain in the neck. Usually the ironing rooms are with the laundry rooms, and they're usually packed. So as often as I can stay out of the laundry rooms, I do, because I hate doing laundry at home, and on the ship as well. So that my things that I'm telling you right now will help you pack for a cruise. No matter how long your cruise is, you will take less luggage if you roll your clothes tightly and put everything in order. And what I do, I usually take a smaller suitcase in case the people don't get to my luggage fast enough, or in case something is lost. I always take a very small suitcase, a carry-on suitcase with me if I'm flying to the ship, that has one change of clothes, a pair of pajamas, and extra toothpaste and all of my shower essentials in that small suitcase, because in case something is delayed, at least you have a change of clothes and you have cosmetics and your essentials with you, and you don't have to worry until your luggage shows up. But we've been very lucky. I've never lost any luggage, and I've always had a very good time. But I learned my lesson the first time that I cruised, not to take humongous suitcases and maybe 10 gowns with you. It's not necessary. So have a good day, and I hope you're going on a cruise. And if you are, I wish I were able to stow away with you, because I do love cruising. So I hope this tip helps you today. And have a good day. Thank you for joining me again. And if you want to like my video, just like it below or subscribe. I'd love to have you along on this journey on YouTube with me.